feels great. Transition's been a little rocky because of like conditioning standpoint, but since we've been in it for like a minute now, so I'm really getting used to it, the transition.
What's been the biggest difference from South Carolina so far?
Conditioning here is very different. Like we run a lot. It's not really a big difference about like the coaching standpoint because both of them they both big on holding players accountable and things like that. But the conditioning here was very different and it was very challenging. But now we're getting in the flow of things, so it's been a lot easier.
Why'd you decide to pick Kentucky? What was the final straw there for them?
I picked Kentucky. I feel like the way they play, their flow of the play, they just play free. They go fast, they go up and down. I like to play like that, so that's why I chose here. And the coach is very good. I feel like she can push me to be a better player on and off the court. And yeah, so I chose Kentucky, and it's a good team. So yeah.
I think Kyra said that she even recruited you the first time around too. What was her pitch the second time? Was it the same or?
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically, she just saw how I transitioned from high school to college, even though I didn't play as much in South Carolina. And she said, of course, when you transfer, they see how you play, the practice and things like that. So she said she sees some good things in me, and basically the same thing she saw when I was back in high school.
How much did the way they played at the end of the year and the way it kind of came together for them matter to you?
South Carolina?
Kentucky. Just the way that run they put together at the end of the season.
I think they played very well, especially against South Carolina in the SEC tournament. The way they was playing, like they were relentless. They wasn't scared. They were just resilient. And they wanted it more. So I just felt like the way they played was very good, and I saw myself fitting it.
Coach Elsie was talking about how competitive practices are. Has that been a change at all here at Kentucky with especially so many newcomers? Has it just been really intense every practice?
Yeah, practice here is very competitive. We go at each other, make each other better. We got a lot of freshmen, so we try to push them to be the best they can. They're going to make mistakes, and we are too because we're still learning. But the competition-wise, it's been very good, very challenging. A lot of good players, a lot of good guards. We got a lot of guards. And we've been going head-to-head every day, so it's been pretty good.
For fans who don't know you yet, who is Eniya Russell?
Well, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, West Baltimore. I grew up in the inner city of Baltimore. I love basketball. I love what I do. I love my team. I love my coaches. I'm very funny. I have a good sense of humor. I'm goofy, and I like to dance a little bit.
Oh, okay. I like it. Elsie talked a lot earlier about how much personality this team has. How loud are practices?
Actually, it's pretty loud. If we don't talk, we got to run, so that's one big thing. She definitely holds us accountable about talking. She wants us to call for the ball, even if it's just a exercising drill. She wants us to call, talk, just communicate to each other. I think it plays a big role on this team's communication.
Thanks.
I know that Asia is also from the Maryland area with you as well. Did you all coordinate that or just come to Kentucky together? How'd that work?
Actually, yeah. Me and Petty, we grew up together. We played middle school, high school. We split ways in college. She went to LSU. When I went to the transfer portal, she asked me about it and stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if she wanted to leave there, but eventually she did, and I tried to lure her here to come. And she had an official visit, and she fell in love with the coaches and the staff and the team. So that's how that worked out.
You didn't have to talk her into it too much then?
Not too much.
You mentioned coming from Maryland to Lexington, obviously, or Baltimore to Lexington. Obviously, that's a big difference. A little bit less busy here. What do you like to do for fun or in your free time around Lexington?
Well, for my free time, I like to hang with my teammates because we usually be going to the movies or bowling and stuff. Me personally, I like to shop, so I'll go shopping sometimes, and I like to eat, so that's what I like to do.
Yes, the way Ryan developed here and obviously goes on to be the number one pick. Do you notice that as a guard looking at them?
Yeah, I definitely do. Ryan is a big inspiration for me. Me and her play kind of alike. She reminds me a lot of myself. I see a lot of attributes that she has in me, and I think that she did a pretty good job leading this program, and I think I'm capable of doing the same thing.
I'm sure you already answered this. It's kind of full circle for you last season. Get beat by Kentucky in the SEC championship, but then you go on to win the national title. What has this journey been like for you in the process? What was it like that landed you here in Lexington?
The process transitioning has been rocky. I mean, it was very hard. I was very nervous about going into the portal. I was more scared and nervous, because I never knew what it was like going into a portal. I didn't know what risks would come with it. So I just took the risk and stepped out on faith and just took whatever came with it, and Kentucky was one of my first options, and I wound up landing here, and it's been pretty good so far. It's been a tough transition because, like, from a conditioning standpoint, because we didn't really run that much at South Carolina in practice, because, you know, it was a team full of talent. Here, we got talent, but we need, like, conditioning because it's going to help balance out when we play against other SEC teams. So the transition's been rocky, but we get in the flow of things, so it's been a little bit better.
Haven't been there, done that. You know, you've been through a couple seasons now. I know the transition's been tough for you, but how have you seen yourself kind of just ease into this season, more of a veteran at this point now?
Yeah, I kind of see things differently, like the way, like, coaches corrected freshmen. I'm like, I used to do that, like, you feel me? So, like, I just kind of see things different from a different standpoint. Little things like footwork and when to pass the ball, when not to pass the ball. I mean, I'm still working on some things, but I've learned, like, a lot of different things from South Carolina and from here, so my transition's been pretty good.
Do you feel like, since you are, although you're new to Kentucky, but you're a little bit of a veteran, you're already picking up a little bit of a leadership position and helping out those freshmen when you can?
Yeah, I really think I am. I think freshmen look up to me, and we look up to the freshmen too. It's really like we have leaders on the team, but everybody just like to. Everybody's capable of putting in their own input, and everybody's going to take their ear on them. So I think, like, the team's like filled with pretty good guards, and it's a good team. So everyone lean on everybody when we need help and all that. So I really think the leadership standpoint, I feel like all of us are capable to be leaders, but we do have certain leaders on the team, and they do a pretty good job of that too.
I'm going to ask you, West Baltimore, did you go watching Carmelo?
Yes, I did go watch Carmelo. He actually have a gym back home called the Mello Center. They hold a lot of events there, like brunch and league and stuff like that. So, yeah, he holds a good impact on Baltimore. So, yeah, he's a good leader down there.